Welcome back to Just Blazor Programming, and today we're going to get into Windows 11. Now, why am I getting into Windows 11 and not an actual Blazor topic? Because I believe that if we study the Microsoft organism, the ecosystem of Microsoft, that will tell us what's going to be in store for the future of other Microsoft products, including Blazor. So, especially because, when you develop Blazor, you're probably using Visual Studio or Visual Studio Code. If you're using Visual Studio Code, you're probably using it because your own add-ons and stuff and you wanted the lightweight version of it. Or if you're using Visual Studio, you just want it to be ready out of the box and you don't really care about any of the add-ons and stuff because it works just fine and you don't really need it. It already has Git in there too. So it's basically ready to go. But I believe Visual Studio is hamstringed by the fact that it only really works on Windows operating systems. I've never tried it on any other ones. So correct me if I'm wrong if they changed that. But the reason why they made Visual Studio Code is so that it has the cross-platform capabilities that Visual Studio does not have. And I personally like Visual Studio compared to Visual Studio Code, even though I've used both. I'm more comfortable with Visual Studio, and I mostly worked on Windows operating system from Windows 7 to Windows 10, and now apparently Windows 11, or at least maybe not in my case, and you'll find out why. But I have a really big problem with Windows 11. Windows 11 is not really the best upgrade. Like, sure, it seems that they've simplified things, and they're gonna do their, they're constantly updating their security and stuff. So you obviously need the support for it if they ever decide to get rid of Windows 10 if you're running that, like I am. And then at some point you have to upgrade. Windows 7, they took out the support for that, and now you have to get Windows 10 in order for you to have a working operating system that is supported. And support is very important. If you don't know about that, and companies, you really want to have support for your whatever software, whatever hardware, or anything really, in order for you to make production level products. But we're gonna get into Windows 11 now, and the whole reason why it's important to me, at least when it comes to Blazor. So I'm gonna switch gears in a minute. Boom, boom. So this is what I'm talking about. This is the hardware requirements page for Windows 11, as you can see up here. And the only thing I'm going to focus on really is this here, the camera. So for whatever reason, your forward-facing camera is optional, asterisk. And that is, whenever they have one of these, it means it's not really optional. So it's saying that it's starting from January 1st, 2023, all device types except desktop PCs are required to have forward-facing cameras, which meets the following requirements. And the rear-facing camera is optional, like actually optional, doesn't have the asterisk on it. And this is what you need. You need a high definition camera. Now, I don't like this. Anybody that wants to build a PC should not like this either, because why? Maybe you don't like the camera. Maybe you just want to use, the M50 that you bought so you can make your YouTube videos and not bother with the webcam because you're going to use that instead. And you want to have more control over it because you don't want people looking at you when you don't want them to look at you. I don't need Microsoft, or I don't need to have the suspicion that Microsoft is taking pictures of me in order to use in their machine learning things and then sell that to the highest profit or whatever. I hate that. That might not be what's happening, and I'm not saying it's what's happening. I'm not putting on my tinfoil hat and alluding to it. But I don't like the idea that your operating system is limited to your camera. That is kind of crappy. And that is the basics of my video. You can go away now. I'm kidding. The reason why I bring this up is because it seems that they're taking a very Apple Mac direction where you have no choice. There's no say. You're not really building any Apple products. You're not building an Apple computer. They're just going to give you whatever they want to give you. And then they have their own requirements and such. So you have no choice in the matter. In this case, it looks like they're going in that direction. I believe the reason why, or at least the reason for the whole operating system change, is not only for the whole security changes. Like, let's go see what they have to say. So we're just going to compare this and just look at this real quick. So I'm going to open all these up. 1 second. So most of this is for security. Windows 11 Home, Windows 11 Pro. The difference is the BitLocker stuff, but you can add BitLocker to Windows 10. There's no problem there. And it doesn't compare to Windows 10, unfortunately. Never mind. So it just says like what it has. So I've looked through this like very briefly, and none of it really stands out to me. Like nothing here is something that I really like. Like the only thing that might be good is the UI might be a little better. It might be more, mainstream, might be more Apple-like. Because look, it looks like an Apple computer. Like they have all the things in the middle, and then they have everything like it just in front of you. That's not a bad design. Mac is known for its really nice UI and ease of access and stuff like that. So it's not horrible looking, but I don't like the fact that you are. Oh, here it is actually. So auto HDR. I honestly don't. Oh, that's right. You also have to have Microsoft Teams. So You have to have Microsoft Teams on your computer, just like you have to have Cortana on your computer. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen my computer before, but I'm gonna show you what I'm running right now real quick. It's just a quick tangent. So let me see how I move. 1 second. Right there. So you see that? This is actually Windows 10, but I have an add-on that makes it look like Windows 7 because I like the Windows 7 look. So I think this is it's Smart 10 or something like that. I don't remember what it's called. But it's a nice little add-on for $5 that I got because I hated the Windows 10 look. Well, but back before actually with the Windows 8 look, then it upgraded to Windows 10. So that's what I have here. So I'm just gonna pull it back. The reason why I don't show it is because I want to focus on the actual stuff that's happening on screen, not really on the taskbar. But that is what I'm running, and nothing here makes me want to get Windows 11. Like the only thing that's nice about it is the UI. I don't care if it has better security stuff. I could always implement my own like security things on it with add-ons or downloading specific software for it. I guess it's nice that Windows is giving you that feature, but all this other shit is just I would look at this new emojis. That is I don't know. Like it's not really for people like me. I care about function over form more or less. I appreciate form, but I don't want all this bloat in my OS, and I don't know if you guys like it either. That's why I went to Tom's guide here, and it basically says the same thing. You have the requirements are like the worst things. I don't care about that. Widgets add little value. They've never really added value with their widgets. I don't think Teams integrated meaningless unless you love Teams. So yeah, I don't like having like I use Teams, but I don't want it to be forced upon me. Like it's just more bloatware. Oh, that's good actually. They removed Cortana because this actually add-on I got actually hides her. Like it doesn't get rid of her, it just hides her, so that I never have to deal with her ever. It's very nice. That's actually the best thing about it, I guess, is both the removing of Cortana and it makes it look more like the UI of a Mac, which is actually not bad. Everything else about it I hate. And the reason why I bring this up as a developer issue is because if you want to do development on a Windows operating system at some point in the future, you're not going to have Windows 10. They're not going to support it anymore. You're going to be stuck with Windows 11, and then so on and so forth. This is the pattern they're going to have. You're going to have a computer that matches the requirements, hardware requirements specifically, that have nothing to do with the operating system, in my opinion. So that might make development a little bit more annoying. And, it might actually make me, because I don't want to have this HD camera on my computer. Like this is a laptop, so I'm not exempt from the optional requirements here if I choose to. And I don't even think my camera on the laptop is gonna be able to do anything with it. Like I don't think it's gonna be able to upgrade it because the camera is really that bad. His laptop is like 6 years old. So yeah, I hate it. And then I might be considering a different solution to it. In case you guys are interested out there, maybe we find a way to build Blazor on a different operating system, huh? Maybe we find out a way to do it on a Linux operating system. I know it's really taboo around these parts. We're all Windows boys, Windows fanboys out here. But I've used Linux before. I've learned the Linux commands before I learned PowerShell and all that stuff. So it's actually not a bad operating system. There's a bunch of them out there. It's free, and it's in theory more secure than Windows. Sure, a lot of stuff is not supported, like your favorite games is not going to be supported on there. But if we can develop there, no problem, and then only use the Windows operating system to test stuff on, then maybe, just maybe, that might be the way forward. Even Azure, maybe their Azure stuff could do it for us. The Azure cloud that allows us to run virtual machines on it. That could run a Linux virtual machine, and maybe that Linux could run Blazor. I don't know yet. I haven't tested it out, but in theory, it is possible. Visual Studio Code does exist. Visual Studio Code does have Blazor packages that you could download and stuff. You let me know. That's how I'm going to tie these two together. We're going to be like, okay, I don't like what's happening in Windows 11, but maybe we'll get an alternative. Maybe we will be able to develop the way we want to develop without Windows or Microsoft telling us that we're supposed to be using their operating system after all. But you will always run into the problem that you want to build your devices for Windows because 90% of all machines, all PCs and stuff have Windows operating systems. So that sucks. I just wanted to give that out there. It's another one of these videos. It's not really that technical. I'm still working on another technical video. It may be out a little bit later. We will see. But don't worry, I am on the case. So I just wanted to bring this up in case you guys didn't know about it, because I didn't know about it. This came out in 2021. I didn't find out until like a few days ago. So now you know. What do you think of this? Do you think that it's a great idea that they're making you have this operating system? Do you think that this bodes well for the future? When you decide, you know what, you all need a camera. I want a camera in every part of your house. That's probably not gonna happen. But strange times to think about things. You know what I mean? Anyways, I don't know how to end these things, so toodaloo, I guess.